It is now a great honor to introduce you all to a highly esteemed US military leader and respected statesman. He has served as the Supreme Allied Commander of NATO forces in Europe and was the Democratic Party's nominee for president in 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the honorable friend of the Iranian resistance, General Wesley Clark.
Thank you for that kind introduction. What an incredible, incredible World Summit this is. It is amazing the support you have from heads of state, from parliamentarians, from those of us who followed this so long. Madam Rajavi, thank you for the honor and privilege of being here with this great group. Distinguished guests, Excellencies, old friends, Senator Lieberman, General Jones, so many of you that we've worked together and known each other in the past. General Jones is exactly right when he said earlier, the world is faced with struggle. Worldwide, between democracy and tyranny. Tyranny, autocrats, those who think they can control people's lives. But it's worse than that. The world is actually at war. At this very moment, young men and women are risking their lives, losing their lives in Ukraine. And not just those on the front line. Civilians are the targets of Russian bombs and missiles and Iranian drones as well. We can never forget this. Iran is on the wrong side under the Ayatollahs of both the struggle for democracy and the struggle for peace and freedom in Europe. Iran's government has got to go. Enough is enough. There's Iran, closely allied with Russia, supplying weapons and technology, waging its own war against other nations in the region through terrorism, assassination, subversion, and waging a war against its own people. For over 40 years, this brutal Iranian regime has sought enemies abroad and at home. It survives on fear, hatred, and repression. Enough is enough. I've followed this through my entire military career. From the time the Ayatollahs came in until today. And for the last 10 years, I've watched very closely as this organization has grown, strengthened, and gained increased respect abroad throughout the world. The men and women of Mecca, I should say the brave women and men of Mecca, have fought against the tyrannical regime of the Ayatollahs in Tehran. You've struggled daily to protest, to mobilize, to gather information, to gain international understanding, and to bring freedom and democratic values to Iran. I was in Ashraf last summer. I went through the museum there. Incredible. I wish every person in the world could see what this regime in Tehran is really about, what its impact is. If our leaders saw this, there'd be no negotiation with the Iranian regime right now. How could we? How could we? And yet, my friends in Albania, for some reason, unbeknownst, decided to raid this camp. Just this, I agree with Senator Lieberman. This is a mistake, and I hope our friends in Albania will rectify it, meet with the leaders in Ashraf, and find a way to work together, because it wasn't so long ago that Albania itself was struggling for freedom. Surely the people of Albania understand very well what it is to live under tyranny. They lived under it for decades, and surely they want to help the people of Iran have freedom. So they should work together. Now, as I've looked at this regime, as it's continued its war on its neighbors, its terrorism, its subversion, I'm so impressed by the strength of the resistance movement. You are exposing the regime for its brutal repression. You are winning the support of more and more people within Iran, and you are striking fear in the hearts of those who perpetrate the terror in Iran. They do have to go home. They do have to face their families, and they know what's coming. You're winning the admiration of millions in the West for your courageous struggle. And I do believe we will be in Tehran next year. But this can only happen with leadership on the ground. This is not something that's driven by outside forces. It's not from Democrats and Republicans and conservatives and laborites in the West. It's not from the parties in Europe, the European Union, none of that. It has to be from the heart and soul of the people of Iran. And that's what you're showing the world it is. It is you who are doing this. And for this, you must receive the credit and thanks from all of us. So I want to take today, we talked a lot about policy, a lot about things that have been done, but I just want to say this. I salute you for your bravery, for your determination, for your sacrifices. I salute you for your vision of a better future for the people of Iran. I salute you for the skill, ingenuity, the resilience in the face of a heartless enemy. You're struggling against an enemy with superior weapons and technology. You know it, the whole world knows it. And he employs this with remorseless determination to crush this resistance movement. But you have the superior means at hand because you have the higher principles. You have your determination, your compassion, your willingness to serve and sacrifice, your leadership, and above all, your enduring courage. It is an incredible, inspiring organization, and to be here and feel it and see it is just an incredible gift. I wish we could give this to all of my friends in the United States and all those around the world who profess to believe in freedom. They have to understand what you're doing. Mrs. Rajabi, I want to congratulate you on your leadership. As someone who spent his life in leadership, teaching it, learning it, practicing it, it's incredible what you're doing and what you will accomplish in the future. The 10-point plan, the strength of this organization. Only an organization such as yours can survive and win this struggle. It's not for the weak-hearted. Incredible determination, discipline, persistence, and sacrifice has been required, and more still will be required before this is over. But only an organization such as yours should prevail, because you've got the right values, the right approach, and the right plans. The people of Iran deserve freedom. They deserve democracy. They deserve a more open society. They deserve the opportunity for better lives. And you can help them gain that, and you will. I do think the end of the regime is near. Soon there'll be no more dictatorship. And there'll be no return to the dictators of the past either. That is an important principle. You're the future. You are the future. You're the future of Iran. And you're the future of hope for millions all over the world who also struggle for their freedom. You are the future, and that future is now. I congratulate you and wish you the very best. Bring freedom and peace to the people of Iran and for all the neighboring people in the region. God bless you. Be with you. Thank you.
Thank you once again to General Wesley Clark, then yet another superb address. Thank you for lending us your voice and support for a free Iran.